This is like what? MSM. You've seen that A plus I got. This is the strategy. Courses like MSM you should treat it like it's your everyday thing. Why? Because it's a solving course. When you solve too much, your brain opens. Chemistry becomes easy, physics becomes easy. Now, how do you do your mathematics? You've done how many topics? Complex numbers, trigonometry. You'll be starting matrices soon. You get complex numbers each day. So you write on a piece of paper, a big one, just a normal piece of paper. You say complex numbers. So you're going to say 5. When I say complex, I mean tough. 5 tough questions on complex numbers. Then you say trigonometry. On trigonometry, you're going to say 10 trig questions. Then you say 2 equations. You have woken up right now. 2 equations. 2 finding exact values. 2 graphing trig functions. 2 identities. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2 half. Then you go avec a double. Then you say complex. They should be complex. Why am I saying complex? If you can solve a tough question, you can solve a simple question. Then this side you put matrices. Because maybe you know that your matrices are straightforward. Just say 2 matrices. This becomes your PO. It's like a course. Course yamuti. A medical course. A PO. Okay? That you take like Panadol. So this PO will be helping you to get healthy in mathematics. When you wake up early in the morning, before you can read physics, before you can read chemistry, do the questions on complex numbers. Solve at least 5 questions. Go to my questions. Solve to my questions to be to my exact value to my questions to be graph to my trig to be to my identities do to be to my half or double do to be matrices do to be. Watch, if you do this, it can take you maybe 1 hour 30 minutes. If you do this, if you study your physics and you don't understand, you study your chemistry, you don't understand. Let's say you are in that state while you study your chemistry, you don't understand. These questions that you did, Moichi, these questions, that morale, it will still be solid in your brain because you have done what many people haven't done. So even if you don't understand chemistry, Shani, you feel like it's horrible. When you go to sleep, something will force you to say, wake up. You can still push and you can understand. Why? Because the morale is coming from what you did in the morning. So you'll be able to push even more hours. Now, suppose let's say you understand. You can do your chemistry. You solve maybe chemistry 4 hours. The job of the chemistry. When you are done solving chemistry, rest. You rest, you go back. Then when you rest, when coming back, don't go directly to physics. Take a PO. So, this time around, don't solve everything. Just say which part gave me problems. Maybe the graphing part. So just do 2 new graphing questions. Just graph 2 new. When you just do this, switch, go to physics. Solve physics, solve physics, solve physics, solve physics. Maybe let's say 4 hours or 5 hours. You're just solving physics. When you feel ubunangani, you've become lazy solving physics. You know what you do? Switch. Go to what was simple. Get to my equations to a trig. Solve to my equations. Solve to my trig equations. When you solve to my trig equations, you now feel that feeling again. I can solve more. Go back to your physics. Push more. Push more. Push more. When you reach the stage where you feel like you can't understand physics now, stop solving physics. Take a walk. Take a walk. If you are starting from, let's say, G classes, get downstairs, take a walk, that's the road. Walk until kulia ku gravel kulia kwa tukamana kulia, that ka river. Okay? You walk that way, then get back. When you walk, do you know what you're doing? You become a little, you are exercising. When you exercise, you breathe a lot. When you breathe a lot, you take more water. Water contains this. When you breathe more, you bring in a lot of this. It is this that we want. If you bring in a lot of oxygen when you walk, or you can run, or you can do some push-ups, you can do whatever you want. When you bring in a lot of oxygen and you drink a lot of water, you know what you do? Your brain restarts. Your brain restarts. You start studying again. You start studying again until you become saturated. Why sula? Why sula? You know what you do? Close. How do you close? A PO. This time around, take identities. Do identities. Mwache, by the time the day is amkupua, nishina solve ama questions muni mathematics ari 20 plus. Now we can tackle physics. Now we can tackle na two, maybe 5% to a chemistry. By the time they repommation, trust me, you will never be the same. You are going to feel it inside you, even to say, there is something that is different about me this semester. I'm pushing a lot. Okay? So, make sure you understand that equation that I'm using to push there. Make sure you understand. Sometimes it's not easy to wake up during the night. So what you do, if you are having classes, let me show you. This is when you are not having any class. You are just free, right? If you're having class, let me show you what to do. Early morning, maybe let's say 8 hours. Don't forget to say prayer. Don't forget to start with the Lord. Don't forget to remember God. Don't. But 8 hours exactly, maybe let's say you are in class. You've already written your PO. It's here. Right? There is that time when the lecturer is not there. Sit on the desk. When you sit on the desk, Mwache, don't talk to the person who is next to you too much. The more you talk, the more you become lazy. Your day will just be spoiled for nothing. Don't talk too much. Just keep quiet. As though maybe if they ask anything, just answer straight. If they don't talk too much, just sit quietly with your book. Open your book. Go to the PO. That list. Do at least a question before the lecturer comes. You can do to my exact values or to my questions. When the lecturer comes, close the book, start learning. Okay? Start learning. When you finish learning, guys, don't go to your boarding house where there is bread and shima and food. No. That is not a smart way of every student. You know what you do? When you finish learning, there is a break. Maybe the next class is going to be the next 2 hours. Sit, open the book, finish the POs. Solve. Don't go to your boarding house. Remain for 1 hour and do your PO. solve more questions. When you solve those more questions that you are solving, when you solve those questions that you are solving, you solve more questions, you solve more questions. By the time you'll be going back to your, maybe let's say, kawana wakaria, you use it for break, you rest. Your friends are resting. That 1 hour you are revising, you've revised maybe let's say 10 questions. 10 questions on trig, matrices, and complex. Maybe 10 questions, or maybe 5. It's okay. Your friends were resting. You are ahead by 10 questions. Trig, complex numbers, and matrices. That 1 hour, don't touch anything, just rest or meditate the Bible. By the time class is mkwamba, learn. When you finish, don't touch the book, don't study. Go to your room, cook, eat, bath. Okay? I always advise you to bath cold water, because cold water relaxes your muscles, gives you enough, makes you then have some rest. 18 hours, or maybe I don't know if you 20 hours. 20 hours when you enter, start charging. Make sure that you are not looking at anyone. Make sure that you are not listening to anyone. Make sure that you are not become busy, much focused, radiant, whereby if the next person asks you a question, don't talk. Just be pushing. From 20, you are just pushing 21. Aiso mnobe wamwe wabo itwala landa leka pushing eko 22 hours repushing nutuma breaks 23 mwaiche repushing 23 hours nga wambo kufuata wambo kwa dozi ima enako tolokako. I'm not saying you start walking while they get your phones, no, just walk within the space. Angala ko mwaiche tia kutuma game tamba kutuma videos pa YouTube to menta 23 hours mwaiche push 24 push at least 0 number. It should be a 0 number. Don't rest kuma 23. You're not a good student. Do 0 number. 0 number is a disciplined number. I learned it from my friend in Livingstone. One day we were studying. Then exactly 23 hours, I went to sleep. Then he remained studying. I asked him, why do you always? He says, no, it's not possible for me to sleep before 24 hours. He says, my body is now used. From that time, I learned something. 0 number, at least above 24 hours, you can rest. You go back until like that, until you get used to studying like this way. You are going to become a beast. You will be a beast, whereby my B plus much zaka chosa heavy. Not free from that no, but I still didn't do well. No, use this month that I've given you. Okay, so basically, this is a very, very powerful method you use if you really want to do better in your academics. Trust me, this is going to make you be the beast that you want to be in academics. Trust me. Trust me. Even when you start using this method, you are going to feel it that you won't be managing it here and there. And that is exactly what we want. Because when you feel the challenge, then it implies that change is beginning to come towards your academic environment. Don't forget to register for personal tuitions with the mentor Albert Kleeman. Thank you so much.